Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Hey, Monday, thanks Ryan. Monday and all of our guests brought to you by, that includes John Garrett, Bassan Motors. Bassan Motors is helping you dine in or dine out all February long with a $500 gift card with your next vehicle purchase. Also, they're taking away the GST. How cool is that? Learn more at Bassan Motors, BASANT Motors.com. Canucks are off, at least most of them are, for the Four Nations break. Quinn Hughes not taking part in the Four Nations face-off. Canucks in a playoff spot as we speak. Rick 6-1-1 in their last 8. Of course, they beat the Leafs 2-1 Saturday at Rogers Arena. That was a lot of fun to watch. Here to talk about it, Cheech, lifetime Canucks analyst John Garrett. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Yeah, I think the Canucks now just win, baby. What was that, Al Davis? Just win, baby.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way they're playing. And even without Quinn Hughes, the just win, baby. It's not that entertaining, but it's very successful. You shut everybody down, get a power play goal every now and then. And how many breakaways, how many odd man rushes? Not very many.
Yeah.
They're playing a good strategy game.
So why wasn't that there earlier, John?
I think they thought that they could run and gun. I don't think the team was built that way. And then all the stuff that went on. And I know you guys are in more, you're not my generation, but you're close. You're in that ballpark where the kids in the schoolyard try and get along.
Yeah.
And the kids couldn't get along, and now everybody has to be so sensitive, and you can't say, oh, you're a wimp to guys on your team. And it's just, I don't get it. I remember the days where the coach would come in, he knew that the dressing room was dysfunctional, throw a couple $100 on the table and say, okay, you guys go out and have dinner or go to lunch and straighten things out. And it usually worked out pretty well because the guys would be honest with each other, and if it got down to physical confrontations, it usually straightened it out. But in today's world, I'm not sensitive enough. Yeah. Let's go in the schoolyard and we'll get in the back and beat the crap out of each other, and we'll straighten things out. But it's a different world, and it's probably better off when we're all more sensitive. But it's hard on a professional team like the Canucks or any other team, baseball, football, basketball, and you look at the basketball teams where the guys don't show up for meetings because they want to get traded and all that kind of stuff. That wouldn't happen back in the day where the players would police themselves.
Yeah, I bet they went for lunch with that $100 or whatever you were talking about, or dinner. Hey, John.
50 cents a beer.
Oh, yeah. I think I remember less than that. How do you explain them playing so well? You touched on this, playing so well lately without Quinn Hughes.
Well, I really think that they've all bought into okay, we're not that good. Mm-hmm. Rather than expectations were so high going into this year that they thought they could play without the structure and without the discipline that they had last year and win games. And even though Kevin Lankinen has been very, very good and Thatcher's was good the last few games that he played, I think that now they've got to the point where they realize we have to work 6 defensemen as who's the star without Quinn there. You all have to play the same way. You all have to be disciplined. You can't give up those chances. You can't gamble. And I think at the start of the season, that's what they were doing. And it just wasn't working for them. And then you'd have players disgruntled with other players. And it was really a dysfunctional group. And can you imagine? I feel sorry for Quinn Hughes now because, but again, when you're the captain of the team, you have to control that's part of your responsibility is controlling the room. And you look at the really great captains around the league and how they've been able to do it throughout the years. And Joe Sakic when he was captain and all the Steve Yzerman, and you go up and down the list of all the great captains through the years, and now it's so different because you can't handle it as directly, to be politically correct, as you would have back in the day when you could control the room just with the players themselves. Now you have to be so aware of, I don't want to hurt this guy's feelings. And hey, here I go again. That sometimes you have to hurt the guy's feelings. You're being paid $11 million a year to be part of the team, and it really is team rather than, okay, just one guy do this, one guy do that. And I think now it's harder for the leadership group, and that's the thing now, is that you really have to have a group rather than just one or two guys, and the group has to consist of half the team, just because you can't enforce your will on other players, because that's not politically correct.
John, you're the goalie expert. We got to get your thoughts. First of all, on Demko, his return, and now his second injury. Are you concerned? What's going on there? Give us your overview on Demko this year.
Well, I'd be concerned just because the injury is such a strange one. It's not, the options of surgery or non-surgery, or it's something that comes and goes. And I thought Kelly Rudy was, when Kevin Bieksa in intermission asking him about it, as a player, you could try and play through it. You got to tweak during warm-up, and you could try and play through it. Well, with the goaltender, it's hard because you're standing there. You feel it, and then you're just standing there, and all of a sudden the play comes back down in your end, and you've got to react then, and you feel it again. And as soon as you do that, then you can't just skate through it. You can't take another shift. You can't wait. You have to make that judgment call yourself. And I think Thatcher now is in the back of his mind every time he feels something like that. He's probably saying, well, is this going to happen again? Am I going to miss another month? And for a goaltender, it's completely different than a forward, just because you don't have that ability to go out and take another shift, or during the commercial go skate around and see how it feels, because it's not the same as reacting to a shot or reacting going post to post, or the things that goalies have to do.
John, what about Lankinen? How impressed have you been with him? And boy, I don't know how they're going to re-sign him, but they're going to give it a shot. But what about Lankinen and his play this year?
Oh, he's been great. And I thought Saturday was a perfect example of a guy that knows you have to be ready all the time, especially when your partner has had this history this year of the injury. And he came in, and it was seamless, and he was great again. And he's going to have to get paid. He's at that age where he's got to cash in now. And I don't know if I'm the Canucks, I make sure that I get him signed. And Artur Silas, you thought that he was going to be the goalie of the future, and now you've got that in the back of your mind. Can he be, or is he, the 3-month wonder that he was last year? And I really think that Lankinen is a guy that if I had the money and I had the purse strings, I would invest in him.
John, I got to tell you, you went on and on about the old days, and I got to say, you're on the right show. We're nodding our heads, agreeing with everything you're saying.
Can we get meatloaf for halftime? Oh, no.
Oh, you can't. Hey, love meatloaf. But if we could, we would. And by the way, love the Donnie and Dolly hat in the background there.
Yeah, thanks. I strategically placed.
Oh, very nice. Beautiful. We noticed. We'll get you back on soon, John.
Okay, thanks. Let's hope we can do our playoff thing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Book it.
Hope so.
Yeah. Book it.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Done deal.